set. I'm not going to swear by that. I think that's Kreeg on the left there, which is Utah's #1.
Okay.
And so I think they're just giving us all Utah matches on our stream. That is Kreeg, I was right. So Kreeg can be facing off against Deathspade, the, I believe, Kansas City.
Utah's #1 is a Marth player?
Yeah. Kreeg is also a really good Guilty Gear player.
Yeah, I was going to say that name sounds... Oh, the double single hit Witch Twist there. And Deathspade, a very good Bayonetta. Another character, I mean, this happened quite a while ago, but like in the past 1 or 2 years, Bayonetta, another character where
Bayonetta came back.
Yeah, Bayonetta came back in a big way, and all 3 of the major regions, NA, EU, and Japan, have a top-level Bayo, and then even like in places like NA, Deathspade, a very good Bayonetta.
We got like 4 top-level Bayonettas, or at least high-level Bayonettas, too. And then we've got like a couple like random sleeping giants that show up every once in a while.
Yeah.
But then, like you were saying, like over in Japan, you got Tama P, who's really good. When they show up in Europe, you've got Bloom Forever.
Yep.
And so like this character became a problem, and Deathspade trying to make that Kreeg's problem. But Kreeg, they're fighting back a little bit, and they managed to get that sliding tipper F tilt to close out that first stock rather. And they're going to turn that into as much extra credit as possible, even with the bat within interrupting that. Oh, we're just going to keep going.
I love that. I mean, those tipper down smashes. The thing about Marth, a similar-ish character to Lucina, but in terms of how you get KOs, very different, especially on the ledge. You want to set up these tipper scenarios. The spacing, very important. Both stocks already taken by tipper forward tilt. Man, Kreeg
you know what?
Doing an incredible job right now.
We saw Utah lose twice in a row on stream, so now we have to see Utah win a set. And Kreeg is trying to make that happen with the swiftness. Was cooking off the 3 stock for just a moment there, but Deathspade is going to be able to get that F smash extended out to close out Kreeg's first stock. Now that he's at low percent again, Marth is a little bit susceptible to the bigger Bayonetta combos. Deathspade has to hit Marth though, and that's seeming like a really big problem to get past this sword.
Already at 83%, any of these tipper setups can be deadly here. Almost getting this double single hit setup here, and that's how you know Deathspade knows his stuff here with the character. And I mean, man, I really want to see, so you can actually get reverse up tilt into the forward smash tipper. So there's a bunch of different cheeky setups you can get with Marth into tipper forward smash.
And
I want to see
Kreeg's
that.
spacing is so good. Did you see that dash away from the heel slide? Perfectly spaced to avoid it. Deathspade is going to be able to get the stock here, though, thanks to the Witch Time. With 108% on Bayonetta, Kreeg is just 1 more of these tipper F tilts away from closing it. Maybe tipper back air will do it too, but he's going to have to touch grass.
And the big thing here with Bayo, the damage comes easy. So Bayonetta, I mean, even though the percentages aren't in Bayo's favor, Bayo can rack up a ton of damage with those special, just slinging them one after another, going into the normals as well afterwards. We'll see if Kreeg, and sometimes it can be a little difficult to get these stocks as Marth. I think Kreeg has done an amazing job of setting up the tipper forward tilt, but we'll see if Kreeg can do it 3 times in a row, because right now Deathspade is racking up a bunch of damage. Do not get the combo starter on that platform. That is death.
Get away from that Witch Twist.
Oh my goodness,
platforms! And it's another Witch time!
No way!
An F smash! Deathspade completes the reverse 3 stock in game #1, and all Kreeg can do is put their head in their hands because that just happened to you.
I just read your soul for game #1. You're gonna have to swallow that, hold that L going into game #2. Dang.
And it's the same way that Deathspade took the 2nd stock as well, cutting off the Bayonetta combo early, recognizing that Kreeg was going to try and swing out of disadvantage, and then witch timing it for an easy peasy smash attack. Beautiful stuff from Deathspade, just maybe needed to warm up into the game a little bit.
Bro said, you are mashing right now, and I'm going to expose you with that witch time. And that's the thing about Bayo. We said for both these characters, sometimes getting the KO can be a little difficult, right? Sometimes you have to get a little creative or have these very specific setups, or you just get the hard read right there. That is a crazy risk because, like you said, that was a big reset. You're just dropping the combo, hoping they swing.
And one thing that I will say, though, this is probably feeling just like home for Kreeg. I mentioned earlier that they're also a very, very, very good Guilty Gear Strive player. Right. That's every day in Guilty Gear. You're winning by so much, you make one mistake and you get blown up. And so I would love to hope that Kreeg's mentality will be able to handle that, as they're fighting back pretty well in this game #2 after the disaster that was game #1.
Yeah, and I mean, when you have a big lead like that for that first game, I think at this point of the bracket, very experienced. And oh my goodness, I think not delaying the swing there enough, because just seeing the witch time, and then there was a slight delay, and then still swinging into it. Maybe just a mishap there from Kreeg, just mistiming.
But they are once again in the Bayonetta blender. Deathspade getting up high with that Witch Twist, and then because of the panic up B, able to reset on the ground, even with Bayonetta's special lag, and get right back up there into the skies once again. Kreeg is just hemorrhaging damage at the moment. They need to find some way to close out this Deathspade stock, and it's going to be the reverse up B, but no, Dolphin Slash just doesn't quite kill.
Wow, counter here. And the main tool that Kreeg is working around right now is going to be that ABK. Big damage here. Now Deathspade racking it up, gets the Witch time into the gun. Yo, that would have been clean.
Oh, if you're still dead. Goodbye.
And Deathspade now showcasing the offstage prowess of Bayonetta against a character like Marth. Once that double jump is gone, it is over, and now you are seeing why Marth can struggle just a tad bit here. 155%, you need that tipper. You're not going to be able to rely on that Lucina stray hit across the whole entire hitbox. You need specific parts of the hitbox here. You see if Kreeg can go ahead and set it up. The forward tilt whipping up special, also whipping here, and now Deathspade getting the, trying to set up the double single hit twist, or
yeah,
single
almost
hit
got the Witch Strike.
Yeah, Witch Strike, there we go.
But Deathspade just completely outspacing Kreeg here. Finally manages to connect with the falling down air, but none of these hits are coming easy for Kreeg. They are struggling so much for every single percent, whereas Deathspade just gets to blink and 105% comes through onto Kreeg. Tries to call out a big jump in. Instead, though, Kreeg able to fight back for a moment. Deathspade goes low, ABK onto the stage, and does really good job of using that fast frame side B to beat out the spot dodge.
Now remember, like I said, Marth, a very different character from Lucina. 54%, that's prime Robin percents here for Marth.
Oh yeah.
Got the rage on deck.
We almost got to the point on the first stock where Kreeg was going to have to rely on like an up throw to kill, but on this stock, this is like, cheese him, please.
I mean, that is the one reason why you would pick Marth over Lucina for those variants in terms of just how early you can get these stocks, but can you weave around? What a recovery, but an even better back air.
It doesn't even matter. Kreeg had to actually play Toho there that time around, going through the bullet hell to get back to the ledge, just barely with Magnet Hands too, almost missed out. I think like a little bit farther to the right, Magnet Hands probably wouldn't have grabbed that ledge, and then as soon as they stood up, it was just a back air to the jaw, and it didn't matter anyway.
Yeah, unfortunate stuff there. But a great set nonetheless, that game one down to the wire here. So really cool stuff to see characters, all these different characters, right? First time we saw Bayonetta and Marth. Marth, again, not the most common character you're going to see, especially here at these P-tier events. So I hope Kreeg has a amazing run through Losers Creek still in this tournament.
Yeah, unless something goes extremely wrong for MKLeo, we're probably not going to see another Marth anywhere else in this tournament, at least one that's doing well.